Burnout isn't a sign that you're weak. It's your mind and body trying to tell you something. I used to see burnout as exhaustion, but it's really misalignment. It's what happens when your energy isn't going somewhere that your heart is. Burnout doesn't come from doing too much. It comes from doing too much of the wrong thing. When you put effort into something that your heart's not into, you burn out because you don't feel the progress. You don't feel what's really making a difference in your life. And sometimes it's hard to recognize those small actions and how much of an impact they have. And when that is the case, you haven't thought through your goal long enough or deep enough. You need to understand exactly what your actions are having an effect on and how strong of an effect they're having on the direction and the progress that you're making towards your goals. You have to understand the structure of your goals, where in the process of your goals you are, what stage, what step are you taking, and how does that step lead you to the next, and what kind of connections can you make that will ultimately bring you to whatever your heart desires. And it's really about alignment with your heart. You have to understand the goals that you set. Finding the right goals is one of the most important pieces. You have to find something that aligns with you, that aligns with how you feel about the world, that aligns with your philosophy of yourself, your philosophy of the world around you, and you have to align yourself with whatever you love doing, whatever you want to contribute to, whatever you feel is your purpose. You have to find that. And then you can build your goals, and then you can build the steps around those goals. And then when you do that, the steps that you take feel purposeful and they feel like you're making progress towards something that actually matters. When you learn to pause before breaking, you get to rest and repair and not escape. When you're working on something, when you're working towards something, and you feel like you're not taking any breaks, you're just barreling ahead. If you rest, if you can recognize that before you break down, you can recognize that you need to rest. You rest and you get to repair. You get to repair on the right things. You get to understand what went wrong, or you get to understand that maybe your mind needs a rest, maybe your body needs a rest. You get to sort of analyze where you're at and figure out exactly how you want to rest instead of escaping. Escaping looks like distracting yourself. Escaping looks like, I'm tired and I need to go on my phone for a little bit to watch, like Instagram or YouTube or TikTok, and that's my rest time. But sometimes, having other technology that's not rest. You're still draining your energy out when you use those devices, and you really have to understand. And I don't know, maybe that does work for you. You have to find what works for you. For me, I like to get out in the sun, in the fresh air. I like to go on walks. That recharges me. That repairs me. And listening, I listen to podcasts. I try and stop. I try and stay away from looking at screens because that's what I do with my work. But you want to find exactly what is rest to you, and how does it, how much of an effect does that rest have? And if you haven't figured that out yet, you need to try a couple of things and really measure how rested you feel, how much energy you get back from each of those activities, and just trying things out until you find what works for you. And then after that, it's just getting repetitions and trying to stick to it. And you have to, one of the huge components of understanding how to not burn out is redefining productivity as resting before your work. You have to understand what your what your energy looks like and how you need to rest, how much of your energy should be put into resting before putting in the work. What do you need to be prepared to do the work at the highest level that you could possibly put out? And that means rest. That means getting your 8 hours of sleep. That means putting in that time for your spiritual and mental health and doing the things that contribute to those, like meditating and doing a gratitude journal or getting outside and going for a walk. Those are really important to getting you prepared to do the work that you need to do. And it's the only way you're going to be able to get your energy to the level that you want it to be at. So burnout isn't the end of your energy, it's the beginning of your awareness. And it's a message asking you to realign, not to quit. You need to listen to it because what it's trying to teach you might be exactly what you've been avoiding. If you have any lessons on burnouts, I'd love to hear them in the comments. And have a good one.